Western culture, sometimes equated with Western civilization, is a term used to describe a heritage of social norms, ethical values, traditions, belief systems, political systems, and other attributes that have some origin or association with Europe. The term has come to apply to countries whose history is strongly marked by European immigration, such as the countries of the Americas and Australia, and is not restricted to the continent of Europe. The heritage of Celtic, Germanic, Hellenic, Jewish, and other ethnic linguistic groups, as well as Christianity, played an important part in the shaping of Western civilization since the 4th century. Western culture continued to develop with the Christianization of Europe during the Middle Ages, and the reform and modernization triggered by the Renaissance, along with globalization by successive European empires, spread European ways of life and European educational methods around the world between the 16th and 20th centuries. The great ideas of the West, rationalism, self-criticism, separation of church and state, rule of law, freedom of conscience and expression, and liberal democracy are principles that allow people to reach their full potential. America was built upon the principles and great ideas of Western civilization. The ideas of ancient Greece and Rome directly shaped the founders of this country and the concept of a democratic republic upon which this country was built. The famous words from our Declaration of Independence, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, defines what Western civilization is about. In the West, we're free to think what we want, read what we want, practice our religion, or live as we choose. Liberty is codified in human rights, another great creation of Western civilization. Western civilization was responsible for some of mankind's greatest breakthroughs and accomplishments. Technologies as diverse and important as the steam engine and antibiotics originated in the West. Major intellectual and ideological movements calling for religious toleration, equality before the law, and feminism all came into being in the West. Westernization has also been beneficial in globalizing the economy and creating more efficient ways of producing goods and services. Another benefit is the modernization of medical practices, resulting in the extension of life expectancy. Westernization has also created a world with greater knowledge and the ability to communicate and share knowledge and ideas globally at the touch of a button. Obviously, there are negative implications that occur from Westernization, as some argue that it inevitably undermines full development of indigenous cultures and traditions of non-Western people. It also creates resentment among non-Western people toward Western values and fosters racism and prejudice against non-Western people in Western societies. Today, many in the West believe that the world is moving toward a single global culture that is basically Western. According to Harvard professor Samuel P. Huntington, the belief is arrogant, false, and dangerous. He points out that the spread of Western consumer goods is not the spread of Western culture. Huntington contends that the essence of the West is the Magna Carta, not Coca-Cola or McDonald's. As countries modernize, they may westernize in superficial ways, but not in the most important measures of culture, language, and religion and values. Huntington claims that as countries modernize, they seek refuge from the modern world in their traditional cultures and religions. Huntington argues that for the West to survive as a vibrant and powerful civilization, it must abandon the pretense of universality and close ranks, as its future depends on its unity. Thank you.